Hey everybody, this is GGB Co-host Peppers, and I know this is a little bit late, but I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna do winners and losers of the Hall of Fame game. Now, I understand Hall of Fame game wasn't all that interesting, but if you're a real diehard football fan like yourself, you found ways to enjoy yourself during that game. Sure, you didn't get to see Big Ben Roethlisberger or Dak Prescott throw the ball around, but you actually got to see players that you might not see during the regular season, and some players I really like. So let's start with the Steelers. Some winners on their end, and it's the offensive line. The offensive line looked really solid, and it's a position I had of worry heading into the season. I know Trey Turner was going to be great, but there was questions all over that line. I didn't know if Okorofor was going to be good. Kevin Dotson was a question mark. Zach Banner was a question mark. All these players were question marks to me. They lost so much of their offensive line. It looked good. Now, to be fair, it was against DeMarcus-less defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. But regardless, I was really impressed with what I saw tonight from the offensive line. Now, another player that I thought kind of won today was a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A player who I thought really played well, and that was Kalen Ballage. And now, Kalen Ballage isn't a player most people, really know. If you're not really in depth on the Pittsburgh Steelers, you don't know who Kalen Ballage is. But if you don't know who Kalen Ballage is, he was one of my favorite players coming out of college. He was a rookie at Arizona State. If you want, you should go back and watch some of his highlights. He was one of my favorite players coming out of college. He went to the Dolphins, where Adam Gase just tried to do his worst to him, and unfortunately succeeded. And then he went to New York and still played with Adam Gase, where it didn't look good. I was thinking maybe I was wrong about this guy. Then he went to the Chargers. And if you didn't know, Chargers lost Austin Eckler in the middle of the year, and they had no one else at running back. And that's where Kalen Ballage filled in, and he looked like the best running back on the roster when he was there. Now, they didn't keep him in the offseason. He went to Pittsburgh, and many consider him a long shot to make the roster. But let's say you keep 4 running backs. I think there is a serious case to be made that Kalen Ballage is one of the 4 better running backs on the roster. I think he's better than Jalen Samuels, and he really proved it in the game. If you look at his statistics, Kalen Ballage rushing the ball, he had 11 carries for 20 yards, but I know that's only averaging 1.8. I'm sorry, that was Jalen Samuels. He had 5 carries for 19 yards, averaged 3.8 yards per carry. He had a very good touchdown run. He looked like the better running back to me. When I was watching the running backs, outside of Najee Harris, he was the best one. So I thought he had a great game. Other winners, I thought Matthew Sexton made a huge play in the return game, and as an undrafted rookie out of Eastern Michigan, and he's playing well. And if James Washington ends up leaving Pittsburgh, there's definitely a spot for him on the roster if he can play well throughout the rest of the preseason. And just the entire defense, I'd like to give credit to that. I mean, this was a defense that was dominant last year. I was worried that they lost too many players, but they come out here, absolutely destroyed the Cowboys. I ended up getting 4 sacks. We ended up seeing Alex Highsmith get his first sack back with the team, and then you had Isaiah Buggs get us. Quincy Roche get a sack. Ooh, if you don't know who Quincy Roche is, watch out for him in the preseason. I love him. He is one of my favorite players. But let's go to the Dallas Cowboys winners on the Dallas Cowboys side of things. And I think the first thing anyone noticed, if you're watching the Dallas Cowboys, was how good was Micah Parsons. Now, Micah Parsons immediately went out on the field and made a huge impact on the game. He made multiple tackles. He had he recovered the fumble, and he was just all around really good. And it was something I love seeing. He had 3 total tackles in the game. Now, he didn't get a sack or anything, but he did have that fumble recovery. He was a ball hawk whenever he was on the field. Now, he went out of the game really quickly, but we kind of saw a glimpse of what it's possible Micah Parsons can be next year. Now, I think the things that really impressed me were the rookie corners. The rookie corners, to me, were really, really good. I didn't hear Kelvin Joseph's name all night, which is a good thing. If you're a corner, that means you're not getting picked on. And that is phenomenal. You cannot ask for anything more if you are Kelvin Joseph. I mean, you're not being picked on. Nashawn Wright also showed his potential. Now, he did get picked on a little bit earlier, where the Chase Claypool had that big play down the sideline. Now, I think there's an argument that there was a push-off there, but I think you can see how good Nashawn Wright has the possibility of being, and I really did like the pick, despite a lot of people hating on it. I liked it. Now it's time to go to the losers of the night. Losers, let's start with just overall, the losers of this game would be the viewers, because the quarterback play was absolutely the worst thing I've ever seen. It was so bad. It was really, really bad. Now the Steelers, there's like a legitimate argument going on is who is worse, Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins. It's a tough one because they're both really bad. Now Joshua Dobbs came out at the end of the game. I think he showed promise. I actually do think he looked better. Now that's against third string guys. Like he was going against the third team, but he didn't miss open throws at the very least. Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins both didn't do that. And Dallas Cowboys, Garrett Gilbert didn't look bad, but oh my God, we got to see an entire half of Ben DiNucci, and I would not be disappointed if I never have to see the Nooch again in my life. The Nooch is really bad. He is not a good quarterback at all in this league. It was horrible. He made bad mistakes. He didn't get it to open receivers. It was horrible. And Cooper Rush wasn't horrible. He also wasn't very good, though. So quarterback play, my opinion, that's a loser of the night. I'm going to go back to Pittsburgh real quick. And I'd like to point out that a loser of the night is Sam Sloman. Sam Sloman, he friggin' sucked. He really did. He missed so many of his kicks. He made, I think, one field goal. And he missed an extra point. He was straight garbage. He was the worst. He was so bad. He was so bad. He was 1 of 2 on field goals tonight. 50%. He won 50% on extra points. He was not good. I can tell you that. He was really bad. Not to be fair, the Dallas Cowboys, kicking-wise, did arguably worse. Hunter Niswander went 1 for 3, 33%, and his long was a 29-yarder. So, obviously, not very good there. He also didn't do a good job punting. Now, I think that's what Pittsburgh does have. I mean, Presley Harvin looked really good, and I think he has a possibility of beating out Jordan Berry on this roster. Keep going with the losers of the night. I think there's an argument to me that Brandon Knight is really garbage. He was really bad. Anyone who watched, he got picked on all night long. And if no one else realized that, then I don't know what you were watching. But Brandon Knight looked absolutely god-awful. He should not be on this roster unless he significantly improves. And also, for the Cowboys, running back after Tony Pollard, it is an yikes. Rico Dowdle, and Jaquan Hardy both. It didn't look good. That's all I can say about that. And then, just in general, the Cowboys' defense was straight hot garbage. It was hot flaming garbage. I don't know what else you expect. But, yeah, I think those are the winners and losers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time making this video. But I hope you enjoyed my rant about the Cowboys' defense and other things that made me mad in the Hall of Fame game and other things that made me happy in the Hall of Fame game. I think I'm going to continue doing videos like that for most of the preseason games, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Everybody, this is GGB Coast Puffer saying adios, amigos.